Hey, what's up? It's Matt. Today, a slightly different video. Alright. Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and today, a slightly different video. I want to talk to you about a video that a really cool place that I went to 2 years ago when I was in Italy. Hey, what's up? It's Matt. Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and today, a slightly different video. I want to talk to you about a really cool place I went to while I was in Italy 2 years ago. A place that is so remote, it doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page. La Casa di Pinta. Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and today... Wait, no. Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and slightly different video today. I want to talk to you about a house that I visited 2 years ago when I was in Italy. A house so remote and unknown that it... Okay. Taken out of heads because we have to eliminate... Ultimately, because we have to eliminate the half of our options that started with heads. Because we have to eliminate the half of our options that started with heads, the options that are now impossible to achieve. Because we have to eliminate the half of our options that started with heads, the options that are now impossible to achieve. For our next coin flip, we now have... For our next coin flip, we now have 8 possible outcomes, 7 of which have at least one head. Want to keep doing it and help you. And there's actually one last thing I want to mention now too. So there's one thing I want to mention now too. Now the last thing I want to mention is that in order to sort of to help keep your resolutions, keep them to help keep your resolutions, keep them to help keep your resolutions, to help keep your resolutions, start them off simple and make them as fun as you can. There actually is one other thing too. All right. So to create resolutions you can actually keep, start them off simple. To create resolutions you can actually keep, start them off simple and make them fun. Make them something. He said, today I would put the whole emphasis on the mistake of insisting on unconditional surrender. Today, I would say that the confusion arose from considering the fake alternatives of either having to invade Japan or of having to use the bomb against her cities. Sillard was thinking that with more favorable surrender conditions, we would not have had to use the bomb against Japan or her people. Sillard was thinking that if more favorable surrender conditions had been offered to Japan, we would not have had to use the bomb against her or her people. He went on to say that, by and large, governments are guided by considerations of expediency rather than by moral considerations, and this, I think, is a universal law of how governments act. Prior to the war, I had the illusion that up to a point the American government was different. This illusion was gone after Hiroshima. He has nothing left to tie him into society anymore. He's isolated from the government, isolated from his job, isolated from his family, when you get to the point where nothing makes sense. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of the song. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of Born in the USA. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of the song. And we see... Huh?
Why not?
Oh, hey, we going to class?
Yeah.
See ya.
It's just a 50-minute class.
Got it. See ya.
Peace.
My roommate. Alright. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of the song. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of the song. And we see this all throughout the lyrics of the song. Alright. The protagonist is born into a town with no prospects, a town where growing up is tough and grueling. He is whisked away from his family to fight in a war he doesn't want to. He comes back home and can't find any... Hey, what's up? It's Matt. This is not an April Fool's joke. This is not an April Fool's prank. This video is a scavenger hunt. All the clues you need to begin and eventually solve it are scattered throughout the video. You just have to be able to find them. You can work by yourself, you can work with other people, YouTube comments, the subreddit, make a Discord, whatever you want to do. There is an end goal, there is something to be found, and I hope that I'll see you there eventually. That same year, after setting up the colony, John White left later that same year to go back to England. Some sources have said it was to get supplies, while others claimed he was returning to ask for help since one of the colonists had been slightly killed by a Native American. After White left, the English found themselves in a major war with Spain, and they essentially... After White left, England found themselves in a major war with Spain, and they essentially commandeered all of their ships to be used to fight the war. No one can use ships for any other reason, including returning back to your New World colony. After a few unsuccessful attempts, and when the war finally ended, when White could get his ship again, he returned to America in 1590, 3 years after he left. What greeted him, though, was an astonishing mystery. An abandoned colony with no signs of life. All homes and structures had been taken apart. Well, this 2014 paper from Psychological Science suggests that facial expressions may have evolved to serve actual functional purposes. Well, this 2014 paper from Psychological Science suggests that certain facial... Well, this 2014 paper from Psychological Science suggests that facial expressions... I cannot say this word. Well, this 2014 paper from Psychological Science suggests that facial expressions may have evolved to serve actual functional purposes rather than oh my god. Well, this 2014 paper from Psychological Science suggests that facial expressions may have evolved to serve actual functional purposes rather than express